Okay.
Call to order the Borough of River Edge Mayor and Council work session meeting revised agenda. Could our clerk call the roll, please? Oh, no, I'm sorry. Could we please stand for a moment of silent reflection? Especially, we've lost some residents, one rather young, so we can keep in mind the families of River Edge and those who have gone before us. Councilwoman Cochran, can you lead?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Statement of compliance with the Open Public Meeting Act. This meeting complies with the Open Public Meeting Act by notification on December 20th of this location, date, and time to the Ridgewood News and the Record by posting of the same on the municipal bulletin board and the borough website, and filling notice of the same with the municipal clerk. There are 3 exits to this room. Anyone in the public who would like to be heard simply during the appropriate time needs to state their name and address, and they can make a comment or ask a question. Madam Clerk, can you call the roll, please?
Councilwoman Bastide? Here. Councilman Kanigo?
Here.
Councilman Gaudier?
Here.
Councilwoman Kaufman?
Here.
Councilwoman Kinsella? Here. Councilwoman Cohen?
Here.
And Mayor Papaleo.
Here. Closed session, docket number 20-95, resolution to go into closed session, exclude the public. 20-3/9-1, shared services negotiation, shared service contract negotiation. 20-3/9-2, library historical designation contract negotiations. Can I have a motion to go into closed session for those items?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Seeing none, we are now in closed session. To open session of the Mayor and Council work session meeting on March 9th.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Can we please stand for a moment of silence, and can we remember Edwin Crane, who has recently passed, a young father. It's a tragic loss to River Edge, and we keep in mind his family and his neighbors, but most especially his wife and children. Councilman Gaudier, can you use some flash up?
I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, without objection, I'm going to ask the council if we can move to actually the regular meeting and go straight to Proclamation Awards. Is there objection?
No objection. No.
Hearing none, we will move to proclamations. Our first is going to be Proclamation celebrating Girl Scout Week. You have been so good, and now you're rewarded by going right away. All right, so here we go. Come on up. Can I have the entire council join me with our Girl Scouts? Come on. Over here. Move this over.
Wait, Charlie.
I'm not going to let it.
Charlie.
Come on, let's hold down it. Now, the camera over there, so I'm going to ask you guys to stand right here. I'm going to ask you guys, who's the leader?
We both are.
Wonderful. Tom Huffley.
I'm sorry, not Camacho.
Don Camacho.
But that's what.
Yes, you're taking another picture in a minute, but come to be a part of the ceremony. All right? All right. We don't normally all come down, but we made you wait a really long time. So I thought that you deserved a little special treatment. Your name is? Oh, that's nice. And your name? Evangeline. And your name is? Melanie. So wonderful. Well, we have this proclamation. I'm going to read it, okay? All right. With the whole council here to join me, okay? Whereas throughout the long history of Girl Scouts, certain traditions remain meaningful and important are still practiced today. And whereas every year, the week containing Girl Scouts' birth, March 12th, is bookend by celebrating the connection between Girl Scouts and their faith. Whereas Girl Scout Week begins the Sunday before March 12th, a day known as Girl Scouts Sunday, and extends through Saturday, the following March 12th, a day known as Girl Scout Sabbath. And whereas the Girl Scout birthday on March 12th commemorates the day in 1912, a long time ago, when Juliette Gordon Lowe officially registered the organization's first 18 girl members in Savannah, Georgia. And this year represents the 108th birthday. And whereas since its founding in 1912, Girl Scouts has enjoyed the support of religious organizations, and together they have enriched the spiritual lives of Girl Scout members, each of whom strives from the perspective of their own personal belief to the Girl Scout promise and law. And now, therefore, be it resolved that I, Thomas Papaleo, and the Council firmly resolve and recognize this proclamation herein, March 8th through 14th, 2020, Girl Scouts Week. Congratulations. All right, we're going to ask you to stand right here in the line facing that way. And who wants to hold the proclamation? You do. Good. So you want to hold it so you don't cover your face right there. We have the whole council behind us and the seal. Well, then you want to stand your Very good. All right.
Yes, if that's all you can offer, sure.
Thank you. And I'm so sorry to make you wait. Could I please call the female members of the council here with me today? If the female council would start.
Probably wouldn't be the first time.
Okay, so now we have a proclamation for Women's History Month, and we have 4 women making history. We now have a majority of the council as women, and I believe this is the first time in the history of River Edge. And so it's appropriate that we present this proclamation to all of them. Whereas American women of every race, class, and ethnic background have made historic contributions to the growth and strength of our nation in countless recorded and unrecorded ways. Whereas American women have played and continue to play a critical economic, cultural, and social role in every sphere of life of the nation by constituting a significant portion of the labor force working inside and outside the home. And whereas American women have played a unique role throughout the history of the nation by providing a majority of the volunteer labor force in the nation. Whereas American women have particularly important in the establishment of early charitable, philanthropic, and cultural institutions in the nation. Whereas American women of every race, class, and ethnic background serve as early leaders in the forefront of every major progressive social change movement. Whereas American women have been leaders not only in securing their own rights of suffrage and equal opportunity, but also in the abolitionist movement, the emancipation movement, the industrial labor movement, the civil rights movement, and other movements, especially the peace movement, which created a more fair and just society for all. And last, whereas, despite the contributions, the role of American women in history has been consistently and sadly overlooked and devalued in the literature, teaching, and study of American history. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I, Thomas Papaleo, Mayor of the Borough of River Edge, in recognition thereof, do proclaim the month of March 2020 as Women's History Month. In witness, therefore, I hereunto put my hand and cause the seal of the Borough of River Edge to be affixed this March 9, 2020. Ladies, congratulations. Yes, you made it here.
Yeah?
I'm gonna put flashing lights on that. Watch yourself.
All right, we're back. Without objection, we're back to the work session meeting, item Number 6, Borough Administrator topics. I see none, but Mr. Florio, do you have it?
Do we want to
Go
do
ahead.
roll call again?
No, do we?
Second time?
Yes, you're right. Thank you for reminding me.
Sure.
Okay. Councilwoman Bastigue?
Here.
Councilman Kaniga?
Present.
Councilman Goodyear?
Here.
Councilwoman Kaufman?
Here.
Councilwoman Kinsella? Here. Councilwoman Cohen?
Here.
And Mayor Papalayo.
Here. There's nothing under for discussion, but we do have unfinished and new business, so of course if we wish to raise something, we can there. Work session consent agenda. Approve the request for the Rec Commission to place a banner at 140 Kingsmere Road to promote the River Edge Run from March 7th to March 28th. I open this for a general discussion.
You should approve it.
Okay, any objections?
No.
All right, so it's consent agenda, so without objection, we're going to approve that. Mr. Porio, are you good with informing them that they have consent?
Yes, sir.
Great. There is no mayor's report, there's no information, we have unfinished business. Do we want, we also have it should be in the agenda for the regular meeting too. So, without objection, I'd like to move straight to public comments and do the finished and new and old at that time. Is there any objection?
No objection.
No objection.
There is no one in the audience, but we still have the obligation to open. So could I have a motion and second to open for public comment?
I make a second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
There is no one in the audience, so I'm going to ask for a motion and a second to close to the public.
So moved.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, what I'd like to do is a motion to adjourn the work session meeting and move to the regular meeting.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. We've already done the pledge and the flag salute. Mr. Solo, do I need to read the statement of compliance with the Open Public Meeting Act again?
Yeah, you should. It's
Okay.
a new meeting.
Sure. And do I need to call another roll?
I believe you just called it.
Good.
Yeah.
Great. Statement of compliance with the Open Public Meeting Act. This meeting complies with the Open Public Meeting Act by notification on December 20th of this location, date, and time to the Ridgewood News, the Record, and by posting the same on the Municipal Bulletin Board, the Borough website, and filing a notice of the same with the municipal clerk. So we have minutes. Could I have a motion and a second to approve the minutes of the Mayor and Council closed session, February 24th, 2020?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Are there any
Abstain.
abstentions?
Abstain.
Okay, are there any objections? So let the record show that Councilman Kanigo has abstained. Can I have a motion and a second to approve the minutes of the Mayor and Council regular session, February 24th, 2020?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any abstentions or objections?
Abstain.
Abstained. Let the record show that Councilman Kanigo abstained. We've already done proclamations. We need to open for public comment on this agenda. We can do that quickly since, again, there is no member of the public present. So can I have a motion and a second?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Having no member of the public present, could I have a motion and a second to close?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
There are monthly reports on record, Shade Tree Commission, tax collector, and so forth. Tax collector annual statement of receipts, library, board of trustees, and historic commissions. We have a first reading and hearing on a public ordinance. We are making a modification to that. Do I have to move in second and then have the clerk read it?
You're going to move in second with the amendment.
Okay, so
Let's discuss it and put the amendment.
can I have the clerk read ordinance 20-2?
By title.
Please.
Ordinance 20-02 is an ordinance of the Borough of River Edge, County of Bergen, in the state of New Jersey, amending and supplementing Part 1 of the River Edge Borough Code entitled Administrative Legislation.
Mayor and Council, you tasked me to prepare an ordinance to put a general legislative ordinance that any board or commission that is in River Edge to be appointed to that board and commission, the member has to be at least 18 years of age and a resident of the Borough of River Edge. Some commissions already have that. Your environmental commission already has that. Some other commissions don't. So this will kind of solidify it, make it uniformity that all your boards and commissions have to be at least 18 and a resident. Part B is that there was some discussion to allow some people under 18 years old, some high school students, to participate in the commissions, and this is what facilitated this ordinance. And so Part B is going to be that each commission can have one non-voting member, and what we're going to do, we're going to change it after consultation with the mayor and some council members, and it'll read, each board or commission is permitted to have one non-voting member who shall be a River Edge resident enrolled at a high school and shall serve for a term commensurate from the date of appointment to high school graduation. Appointee must, however, have completed his or her sophomore year prior to appointment. So any junior or seniors can get that. You have to be a River Edge resident, and you can go to any high school. Okay. And then C is if there is a state statute that controls. There are some, like the Drug and Alliance. You can have a professional on there. You don't have to be a River Edge resident. Historical also doesn't. So if there are any state statutes that allow for non-residents, that will take precedent, and that would be subsection 3 of the new ordinance.
So if we could have a motion, and Mr. Cunigo, Council President Cunigo, to move it as modified.
So moved.
Do we discuss after, or
Yes,
should we do that now?
because it's then on the table for discussion.
So moved.
We need a second? Do we need to have a roll call for this?
No, it's first.
All in favor?
Aye.
So now it's open for discussion.
I just had a question. I have no problem with the suggestions. My question is, the Environmental Commission has a minor was appointed by the former mayor. What is the impact to that individual when this passes? Will they become the non-voting member, and then they can request to appoint a new adult?
Yes, he would not be grandfathered in. He'd lose his seat.
Right.
He'd become a non-voting member. That seat would now become vacant. They could appoint somebody,
Right.
or they can certainly keep it open if they wish, and if he's going to be eligible in the next 3 months, perhaps, right, then they can make the appointment to a regular term.
But it will not reduce the amount of members that can be appointed to that committee. They can fill that vacancy
Oh,
with a
sure,
voting member.
if they want to fill it, and then he would have to
Yep.
wait for a vacancy
Yep.
to open.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments?
I have one. Thanks, Mr. Mayor. Just a thought here. We have shall serve for a term commensurate from the date of appointment to high school graduation. That means somebody who's completed their sophomore year might be a member for more than 2 years, possibly, right? Or at least 2 years. Do we want to make it a 1 year, since it's a kind of a junior position? This way it allows, if I'm on it for 1 year, somebody else wants to, as opposed to foreclosing it, and give the commissions the room to be able to have more students.
If
as
they
opposed
want
to. Yeah, because we're saying junior and senior, so it could be at least 2 years. That's just my thought.
Mr. Solo,
A preference of the mayor and council?
is that the preference of the council?
And we can always say at least 1 year, and then if they want to continue with
No, we just put 1 year, they can still reappoint him if nobody else is interested, but it just, if
One-year term.
I was also wondering, I think the commission was hoping that they might be able to get a sophomore at some point, if they could, just so that they wouldn't
Yeah,
have to.
it's again, preference of the mayor and council. I just put that in as you're now an upperclassman thing in my mind. So preference of the council. That's however you want to do it.
Because they wanted to maybe get someone who would stay for a while and just do the 3 years.
I would say if we do the 1 year baseline, then I mean, even a freshman could be responsible enough to,
Yeah.
the junior-senior thing is not a big deal for me, and I think if we allow the commissions to make their own decisions, interview their own people, if they find a very conscientious freshman who, wants a career in history or environment or whatever it is, why foreclose that and have them have to come here and ask for a dispensation or a change in the ordinance? If we just write it in such a way that the power rests with them as to who to appoint, and it's a 1 year term and they can be reappointed, I would say leave it.
So then
High
just cut
school.
out that sentence?
I think you're going to take out that last sentence, and you're pretty much then going to take out shall serve for a term commensurate from the date of appointment to high school graduation. I think it's just going to read each board or commissioner is permitted to have one voting member who shall be a River Edge resident enrolled at a high school, non-voting resident to serve for a term of 1 year.
Is that person appointed by the mayor, or does the commission choose that person?
I thought the commission was choosing that because it was really
That's what I'm
something.
asking.
It's a non-voting. So
Non-voting.
Non-voting member. I would say let the commissions do it this way.
I would.
Yeah.
I would
As long as
that's
it's
the way
clear
to do
that when they come of age, that would be through the mayor and council.
Well, this is you're right, this is the non-voting.
Good.
So they'll, as soon as, if they're in that non-voting category, again, they don't automatically get a spot. They'd have to do it and then A kicks in. So
Okay.
yes, the answer is yes. A little bit of high school, we're going to take out then, shall serve, and it's just be for a term of 1 year.
But they can still,
Redo it as many times as they want.
Not, so if they get appointed May 1st, it'll go.
Do we have to say that to keep
No.
confusion down?
Silence
That's
is
very
tradition.
Do we have to say that they are able to
Oh,
reappoint the
no,
same
no,
individual?
no, no, 1 year, right? And then you get, your term expired, I want to come back and.
Does this apply to committees as well?
No.
No, so committees are ad hoc, the mayor and council appoints the committee, so if I have a restriction in there when, sometimes you may need some outside residents or so forth like that. Your term, though, I'm just trying to make it where the term should be January 1st to that, and they just fill it, and it comes every year. I don't, you know what I'm saying, where if this kid graduates,
what other high school
we're
do you
just, what do you think?
September to June?
I think it should be,
Yes.
Like a school year?
Well, no, I think it should be a full year, but I think it should start on when school starts. So, maybe September 10th to, August 15th.
August, okay.
Or,
let's just say September through August.
yeah, I would say September 1st through August 1st, maybe an
So if
11th
they-
month, because if they go to college, they need to.
If they appoint somebody now, he would fill the remaining term till September and then have to be reappointed.
Right.
Are we good?
Is that good? Good. Fine, we can put those changes, no problems.
So do we have to have a first and a second for the changes?
I'm fine with you guys pushing it through with the changes as a first, and then you can adopt it as is with the changes for a second, so we're not delaying this.
So we can move on.
Could I just ask just a
Sure.
practical question? So the young man on environmental has to resign his commission seat, and then the commission will appoint him as a non-voting member?
He doesn't need to resign, he's just going to be no longer eligible to be that.
But in order for you to fill a vacancy, Mayor, the seat has to be vacant, so he has to resign the seat.
No, it falls vacant as soon as we pass
Yeah,
this.
once we pass it, it becomes.
Okay.
So he's no
Okay.
longer eligible
Got
for
it.
that seat.
Okay,
It would be like you were on a commission and there was a residency requirement
I got
as soon as you move out of town,
Got it.
whether you resign or not. We good? All right, so now we're up to resolutions by consent, 20-96 through 20-100, which includes transfer of funds in the budget appropriation reserve. Does any member of council wish to hold out for a separate vote or for discussion any of those resolutions I just named? Seeing none, could I have a motion to move 20-96 through 20-100?
So moved. Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstained? Hearing none, we'll move to 20-101, and I ask our chairwoman to move the payment of bills.
At a regular meeting of the Mayor and Council of the Borough of River Edge, County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, held on March 9th, 2020, be it resolved that the Mayor and Council of the Borough of River Edge approve the following expenditures. Current fund account, $120,026. Capital fund account, $120,687.35. Grant fund account, $3,908.60. Animal control account, $183. Trust other account, $9,596.85. Open space account, $1,804.20. Payroll account, $16,332.56. Developers escrow account, $250. Recreation account,
$4,407.24. I hereby certify that this resolution, consisting of one page, was adopted at the meeting of the Borough Council of the Borough of River Edge held on this 9th day of March 2020. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any abstentions? Any opposed? Okay, unfinished business. Is there any unfinished business? New business. Is there any new business? I'd like to raise a piece of new business. I'd like for us to go back to the practice of kind of listing under unfinished business those things that we haven't yet completed. Simply as a reminder to ourselves and the public that we're working on it. For instance, I'd like to put the video linking, videoing of the council meetings, just list it under unfinished business as a A, B, C, or D, recognizing that, you know, we're working on it, but we just keeping the public abreast that since it's now part of official documents that we're working on this, and also remind ourselves as we go forward. So I would need someone to move and second that if
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Any other new business?
New business, the 2020 census, Councilwoman Cassie said I should probably take this on in terms of getting out the word. And Stephanie was kind enough to send me all the information of who I should contact. And I spoke with Stephen Bednar, who is kind of the liaison between the municipalities. And he kind of told me what I should do. And then I spoke to Rodney Sanchez and Jermaine Matisse's office and to get the grant for the 2020 census. And we submitted a proposal for $10,000, and we were approved for $4,000. So that's money.
All right.
Congratulations, Councilwoman, and thank you, Mr. Corio, for aiding in that grant application. We need to do our part in the census, and so thank you for that. Anyone else? All right, council comments. Where did I leave off? Who did start it last time?
Council President.
I think I am too. Council President. That way, everyone gets a chance to start off and end.
Just very briefly, I just wanted to wish my condolences again to Amanda Crane, Jasper Crane, and Colton Crane for the loss of husband and father, Ed Crane, who was a friend of mine and will be sorely missed. Thank you.
Councilwoman Montesano.
Yeah, I when I echo the same, I know Jasper and my son were in preschool together, and it's terrible what happened to Ed. Two brief comments. I did participate in the governor's coronavirus briefing. I think I was probably one of the few that attended that. It was very well organized. I think a lot of things, whatever was said in that meeting is now changed.
Right.
The protocols have completely changed as of that meeting, but they provided with a number of resources that I think I passed along to the mayor for him to distribute to the nurse, and information that is readily available and is changing constantly. So it was really interesting to participate on that.
And New Jersey's on top of this.
New Jersey's on top of it, and back then there was no cases, and as of today there's almost like more than 10 already. So things have changed considerably, but they have the resources in place. The telephone numbers that were provided, the websites that were provided, continues to be updated. And it was nice to see that the board page has a linkage to at least preventive measures on the virus, because a lot of people have asked me in different committees and in town what the plan is for the town. That being said, that's where we are with that. And that's my comments.
Councilwoman Bastille.
I have no comments tonight, thank you.
Councilwoman Constable.
I would also like to express my condolences to the family, same family. John was on the team with Coach Crane, and it was the first time, and they won the championship last year. So that was pretty difficult telling him what happened, and that's pretty much it.
Councilwoman Kaufman.
Just one extra note on the census. No one should be afraid about filling out the forms, because this agency, the census agency, is not allowed to share the information with any other government agency. If they do, there's a $250,000 fine. So rest assured that your information is private, and it will help us get money back. There's $675 billion at stake in terms of funds that could be given back to us, so it's very important to fill it out for everybody. And also the budget, we had our second budget meeting on Saturday, and we should be introducing that shortly in the next few weeks. So.
And I think you represented myself and the borough today at a Bergen County Mayor's meeting. Do you want to share anything from that meeting?
So we talked about the census. We then also talked about the coronavirus outbreak. And the county is going to be doing training for first responders tomorrow. And there is telemedicine available from Newbridge Landing. There's a phone number for that, and there's also a state emergency line that you can call 24/7. What was the other thing? I think that was it. Yeah, that was my two main things.
Okay, Councilman Gordia.
I would also like to offer my condolences to the Crane family. Thank you, Mayor.
I'd like to offer my condolences to them too. I would like to thank the council for everything they do that is with their committees and commissions and boards. I'd like especially to thank Councilwoman Kaufman for representing me at the meeting. Also, I'd like for the council to be aware, and the public, and there was an email that went out, that we will be having a meeting about our preparedness on Wednesday, the 11th at 4 p.m., where we'll have our nurse and our OEP and all of our heads of department, as well as we've invited the superintendent to discuss and to coordinate what we might be doing if we need to shut down, if the schools need to be shut down, which is a decision that the local health department and the county health department will make. And then what if the coronavirus affects any of our employees? How are they protected? How will we proceed? I'd like to give special congratulations to our OEM. Was very impressed with the plans that our superintendent of DPW has prepared, that he'll be sharing on the 11th. So, and of course, the council is welcome, but due to open public meetings, you could speak at that meeting, just then we would have a quorum. But you can come as witnesses if you wish. But I just remind you that you can't speak at that meeting. Is that correct? Yes. So, Mr. Purio, did I leave anything out?
Jar.
No, sir. I'm supposed to pay $1 every time I use the old pronunciation. Well, my mistakes. The way I thought it was correct.
If my paycheck's correct, I'm happy.
All right. So, can I have a motion and a second to adjourn the meeting?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned.